Amanda. Welcome to Agni. On my channel, I help people who are feeling or experiencing overwhelm or anxiety or a sense of disconnection from themselves, really work to reconnect with that sense of their true self through practices inspired by Kundalini, Hatha Yoga, and really connecting science and spirit together in a ways that makes these practices accessible and tangible and ultimately offer real lasting transformation in mind, body, and spirit. And today we're talking about the throat chakra. So the throat chakra is our energy center that sits at the base of the throat, and it's really a bridge that connects our inner world and our outer world. And oftentimes people think that a healthy, flowing throat chakra means that we're just speaking up more. We're communicating frequently and often, that we're not afraid to use our voice. And although some of that might be true, really what it means is when you have a healthy flowing throat center, it's more so about speaking with truth and honesty and from a place of confidence and compassion for yourself and for other people. So when it's open, examples and ways that that might show up is that you're communicating honestly without feeling the need for approval or to prove yourself. You are able to listen deeply and listen to understand rather than simply listening to respond. It might show up as an ability to set healthy boundaries, both with yourself and for others in your life, and being able to express your creativity confidently and freely without fear or worry of recourse. And then also, and this is a big one, especially for women, it shows up as really knowing when you're saying yes when you mean yes, and an ability to say no when you mean no. So all of these are expressions of a healthy and flowing throat center, throat chakra, and really about speaking from a place of authenticity. Conversely, when it's distorted or when it's blocked, not flowing freely, that can look like holding everything in. It might almost even feel like you've got this pressure at the throat, or you can feel a little bit congested, or you're struggling a little bit to even get air. That might show up as avoiding conflict or staying silent to keep the peace. Maybe replaying conversations in your head over and over again, wishing you had spoken up and said something differently. But other times that can show up in the opposite way. And this is more true for me. So maybe talking over others, being a little bit forceful in your communication, always needing to be right or make your point. And when you're listening, you are listening to respond, constantly thinking about what your response is, how you can overcome somebody else's communication or what they're sharing. And, when we are silencing our truth or speaking from a place of fear, then both of these are signs that our throat chakra might need a little bit of attention. So that's really what we're going to work on today. And the beautiful thing is that we don't need to find our voices. Our voices are here. It's right here. But practices like meditation, mantra especially, yogic practices, Kundalini-inspired practices can really help to clear away any imbalances that keep us communicating from a place of fear rather than from a place of authentic self-expression. And yeah, that's what we're going to be exploring today in today's practice. Okay, so let's begin. And when we begin every Kundalini class, we tune in with a mantra, Om Namo Gurudev Namo. O-N-G is the sound Om. Namo Gurudev Namo. This means I bow to the divine wisdom that's within. And it also just sets the stage and opens our class up for our practice. It's a really beautiful opening mantra. And if you're new to the mantra, you could just listen. Otherwise, you can join in. We chant this mantra 3 times. So bringing your hands into prayer and shutting down your eyes. Bring some awareness and attention into the spine. Sitting up a little taller, relaxing the shoulders back and down. And bring that gaze into that third eye point, the space between the brows. That is your internal drishti, the area that we focus on. Training the brain to be present. Inhale to begin. Om Namo Dev Namo. Om Namo Dev Namo. Om Namo Dev Namo. Inhale, holding the breath at the top, and then exhale through the nose. Gently release those hands down to the knees. And we're just going to start with a simple pranayama technique. So keeping those eyes shut down, again, focusing on that third eye point. We'll take a deep inhale through the nose. And then we open the mouth and exhale through the mouth, making a slight ha sound, like we're fogging up a mirror. Once you exhale completely, begin inhaling through the open mouth. And then close the mouth and exhale through the nose. Continue that at your own pace. Inhaling nose, exhaling mouth, inhaling mouth, exhaling nose. We use this mantra in Kundalini to help you stay present, stay grounded, and this reminder of this truth of who you are. So as you inhale, mentally vibrate Sat, and on your exhale, mentally saying Nam. Sat Nam, truth is your identity. Breath and mantra working together, really breathing deeply in and out through that open mouth. And releasing through the nose, inhaling through the nose. Feel that breath, that pranayama clearing through that entire throat. The coolness as it comes in, taking in new life force energy, and on that exhale, releasing anything that's stuck or stale. Make this your last round wherever you are. Take an inhale, whether it's through the nose or the mouth. Hold that breath in at the top. And then exhale through the nose. Keeping the hands where they are, resting on the knees. Shoulders back and down. Eye gaze on the third eye point. We'll just begin some gentle neck rolls. So begin tucking that chin to the chest and rotating the head towards the right. Rotating that right ear towards shoulder. Gently bringing the head back and around and bringing it forward. Inhale as you rotate back, and then exhale as you begin to rotate the head forward. In and out through the nose here. Jaw can be slightly opened, so the mouth, the jaw, everything in the face is really relaxed. But keep the spine tall, supporting that neck. Inhaling back, exhaling forward. Inhale, Sat, exhale, Nam. And then begin to rotate out in the other direction. Just really lubricating the neck, the upper spine, even getting into the sides of the neck and the shoulders a little bit here. And then inhale as you bring the head back to a neutral position. Fill up completely. Suspend the breath in for 3, 2, 1, and exhale. And now as if we're shaking our head no, we're going to inhale as we turn the head to the left, and exhale as we turn the head to the right. In and out through the nose. Inhaling as you look left, exhale right, keeping the eye gaze shut down. Focus on your drishti, the space between the brows. Inhaling left, exhale right. Stay tall through the spine, shoulders remain back and down. Allow your breath to be audible, that slight constriction in the back of the throat, like the sound of the ocean, creating a little bit of warmth and heat in the body, supporting your detox pathways here as we exhale right. Good, and bring that head back to neutral. Inhale. And this time on your exhale, you're going to tuck your chin towards the chest. So it's if we're nodding our head yes. We inhale as we raise the head, looking slightly up towards the sky. And then exhale, tuck the chin towards the chest. In and out through the nose. Inhale, sat, exhale, nam. This is a beautiful practice to do in the morning before you get your day started, especially on days where maybe you have a presentation at work or you know you're going to be speaking. But truly any day, a really nice practice to incorporate into the morning. Inhaling as you tip that head back, and exhale, tuck the chin. And then bring that head to a neutral position. Take a deep inhale through the nose here. This time on your exhale, open the mouth, nice big audible sigh, let it go. And then sliding those hands down onto the shins, creating a little bit of a grip, some resistance there. We're coming into a spinal flex. So normally when we do spinal flex and Kundalini, we keep our head straight. This time we're going to work with the movement of the neck. So as we inhale, we arch forward, create that nice arch in the back, bringing the head slightly up like you're gazing up. And then exhale, we round the spine, tuck the chin towards the chest. So move at your own pace. Inhale. As you open up, pull those shoulder blades back and down, pulling them together. And then exhale, nice C curve around the spine. Inhale forward, exhale back. As you begin to feel a little bit looser, feel the spine heating up, maybe you begin to increase that pace of movement a little bit. Really lubricating the entire torso, the entire spine. And keep breathing. Keep that breath audible. Few more times here. And inhale, sit up tall, find neutral. Hold the breath at the top for 3, 2, 1. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Beautiful. Bring those hands back to the knees. And we're going to begin Sufi grind. So we're making these nice big circles with our torso. Begin moving in a clockwise direction first. We inhale forward and then we exhale back. Really opening up the chest as we come forward and then rounding out that spine as you rotate back. Again, keeping the eyes shut down, focus on that third eye point. That helps to stimulate the pituitary gland in the brain. That master gland helping to support proper and healthy hormonal function. Inhale forward, exhale back. In and out through the nose. That Ujjayi breath, powerful breathing. And then bringing in that mantra, inhaling, mentally saying Sat, exhale, Nam. Truth is your identity. That reminder of the I am truth. I like to think of this as an unwinding and winding of energies that we've accumulated that might not be ours, of things that we've been holding in, really loosening and unwinding of things that have been held in the spine. The spine is like this highway, this main highway for our nervous system. So making sure it's healthy, it's taken care of, is so, so important. Inhale deeply, find center, lengthen through that spine. Hold the breath in for 3, 2, 1. Nice big audible sigh, let it go. And begin to rotate in the other direction. And just noticing any shifts, anything that feels different in one way or another. We're working to find some balance here through the side of the body and through the spine. Really opening up the heart center as you come forward. So it's like moving that torso in circles, but also really working with that cat-cow feeling of extension through the spine. Inhaling forward, exhaling as you round back. Focusing on really breathing in through that heart center. Allow your attention to really come to that space, to that energy center. And inhale, find center, sit up tall, suspend the breath in. And exhale, let it go. Beautiful. And now we're going to extend our legs in front of us. Both legs come out in front of us. Maybe give them a shake out your knees a little bit. So we're going to be working with a forward fold motion and also working with a mantra. And it sounds like a mouthful at first, but you'll get it, I promise. It's HUD, like H-A-D, H-U-D. HUD, Haray, Haree. That's the first part. HUD, Haray, Haree. Wahe Guru. HUD, Haray, Haree. Wahe Guru. So as we chant the first portion, HUD, Haray, Haree, which basically means an expression of God, of the creative infinite power in the universe in its both flowing and sustaining forms. We extend our arms overhead. So HUD, Haray, Haree. And on Wahe Guru, we bend forward, we forward fold. And just allow the arms to kind of fall by the sides. And so we come up, beginning here. HUD, Haray, Haree. Wahe Guru. 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 Inhale, sit up tall, stretch the arms up. And exhale, release the arms down. And bring those legs back into an easy pose. Maybe you cross the different foot in front this time, just to give the hips a little bit of a shift. So we're going to begin a pranayama practice here called lion's breath. We'll do 3 rounds of this breath. We'll take 8 breaths and then we'll rest, just breathing through the nose, taking a little bit of a rest in between rounds. Lion's breath is a powerful inhale and exhale through the mouth, but we're sticking the tongue out. It's a very powerful, very activating breath. If it's too much, you can just Do a few rounds if that feels okay, and then just breathe in and out through the nose. It's normal to feel a little bit of lightheadedness. This is a really powerful, activating, cleansing pranayama practice. So keep the hands on the knees, palms are facing down to stay grounded. Stay tall through the spine. Shut down the eyes and find that third eye point, and we'll begin sticking out the tongue. And here we go. Inhale. Inhale. Hold the breath. Exhale through the mouth. And then breathe normally in and out through the nose. No need to control the breath. Just feeling the effects of that practice. And let's do our second round. Sticking that tongue out nice and far. And begin. Inhale. Suspend. Exhale through the mouth. And breathing normally there. Last round here. Tongue sticks out and begin. Inhale. Suspend. Exhale. Breathe normal, in and out through the nose, settling your energy. Softening through the body and just noticing, just observing any shifts, that energy body. Beautiful. And we're going to come onto our knees now. Coming to stand up onto our knees. We're going to be working through a camel flow. So coming into a half camel. So as we take an inhale, we're going to bring our right arm overhead, reaching back for that right ankle. Left arm comes up, and then you keep that inhale going. And then on your exhale, you unwind and you come back to that starting position. And then we start on the left side. Inhale, rotate that left arm up and back, reaching for that left ankle if you can. And exhale, back to neutral. Right side, inhale. Inhale and exhale through the nose here. Exhale, back to neutral, back to starting. Left side, inhale. And exhale. One more time, either side. Inhaling, rotate back with that right arm. Exhale, release. Left side, last time. And exhale. Beautiful job. And then we're going to come down into a modified child's pose. So toes are together, knees nice and wide. Bring that forehead to the ground, but then press the palms together. So your hands are in a prayer and the pinky edge of the hand is resting on the mat. Just taking a few rounds of long, slow, deep breath in and out through the nose in that posture. Really releasing through the hips, feeling the expansion through the rib cage in the back, and just softening, just letting everything soften there. Good. Take a deep inhale. And then exhale, you're just going to walk your hands up just so you can watch where we're moving next. We're coming into an extended puppy pose. So I want you to tuck your toes under, and then we're going to walk our hands forward, keeping our hands steepled. So palms are off, fingertips are on the mat, and your head is off the mat. So you can have a slight bend in the neck. Maybe your gaze goes between your hands. And just begin to press that ground away, pressing the hips back towards the heels. Inhale and exhale through the nose, long and deep. And take one deep inhale there. And then exhale, begin to walk the hands back towards the knees. Untuck those toes. Sit onto the heels if you can and bring the knees together. This is into rock pose. So we're going to rest our hands onto our thighs, working through a rock pose spinal flex. So coming forward and back. And then we're incorporating in that mantra. So Haray, Haree. Wahe Guru. Join me. Haray, Haree. Wahe Guru. 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 One more time. Haray, Haree. Wahe Guru. Just inhale, sit up nice and tall. And take a nice exhale there. Beautiful. So then we're going to walk ourselves out to come onto our belly. And we're coming into Sphinx or Cobra. So if you're in Sphinx pose, the forearms are resting on the mat, fingers nice and wide, palms pressing into the mat, pressing that pelvis down into the mat, tops of the feet are on the mat as well. And if you want a little bit more, you can begin pressing up into a cobra. Listen to how your back and how your spine is feeling today. So we're going to hold this pose and do 8 breaths of that lion's breath. We'll do this 3 times, resting in between. So I'm going to take cobra. Keep that gaze on that third eye point. And just slightly lifting the chin. So there's a little bit of a tuck in the back of the neck. Sticking that tongue out, and we'll begin. Inhale. Inhale. And exhale, lower the spine, torso down. Allow that left cheek to come to the mat. Arms come by your sides, palms face up, and just rest and release there. And let's come back up. We're coming into our second round. I'm going to come into Cobra this time, sticking that tongue out. If you're in Cobra or Sphinx, just keep pulling those shoulder blades back and down, shoulders away from the ears. Stick that tongue out. Let's begin. Inhale. Suspend. And exhale, lower the torso down. Allow that right cheek to meet the mat. Arms release behind you, palms up. Breathe normal. Really softening into the mat. How quickly can you let the energy go? Working on finding this quick transition from activation to relaxation. Training and toning our nervous system. Last round, bringing those hands back underneath the shoulders, pressing up into your expression. Tongue is out. Let's begin. Inhale. And exhale, lower down. Left cheek meets the mat. Arms by the sides, palms up. Rest there. Bringing that chin back to the ground, pressing the hands underneath the shoulders to press up. We're coming into a tabletop position, and we're going to be moving through cat-cow, working with that same mantra, Had, Hare, Haree, Wahe, Guru. So as we press the belly down and raise the head into cow pose, we chant. Let's begin. Had, Hare, Haree. Tuck the chin, round the spine, Wahe, Guru. Had, Hare, Haree. 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 Wahe, Guru. Good. And just begin to release out of that posture. We're coming into fish pose. So coming to sit. And then extending your legs and bringing your arms behind you. Palms are down, forearms on the ground. So it's like we're sunning ourselves at the beach. We're just going to take a few rounds of breath here. We want to release the neck all the way back. If you can, stay lifted through the chest. Engage there. Shut down the eyes if that feels safe. And take an inhale through the nose. Open the mouth, sigh it out. Inhale, mouth. Close the mouth, exhale through the nose. Inhale, nose. Exhale, mouth. Inhale, mouth. And exhale through the nose. Good, and then slowly begin to bring that neck up. But we're coming all the way down onto the back. And we're doing an extension here. So we're going to tuck our knees into our chest, bringing the head and the neck up. And then we'll extend legs and arms overhead, coming all the way down to the ground. So as we inhale in this extension. Inhale through the nose. And then on our exhale, we're exhaling forcefully, powerfully through the mouth as we find that tucked position. Continue there. Inhale, lengthen. Exhale through the mouth, tuck. A few more times here. Inhale to lengthen. Exhale, tuck. Inhale. Exhale. 2 more times. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Good, and just relax that head down. Keep the knees tucked into the chest. Maybe you open the knees nice and wide and just begin to rock side to side on the low back, massaging that low back. Let that feel good. Good, and then placing the feet flat on the ground, knees are bent, arms by the sides, palms down, or maybe you reach down to grab onto your ankles. We're coming into an active bridge, so pretty vigorous movement here. On our inhale, we lift the hips up, and then exhale, lower. So begin here, inhale up, exhale, lower. In and out through the nose. Inhale, raise the hips, suspend the breath, hold posture for 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and exhale, lower those hips down. Beautiful. Hug the knees into the chest again, rocking side to side. And then begin rocking lengthwise on the spine a few times to massage out that entire spine. And before coming up to sit back into an easy pose, we're going to close out with a meditation, a chanting meditation. We'll chant this sound 8 times, and it's the sound of hum, H-A-M, which is the sound that's connected to our throat center, to our throat chakra. So very activating, very cleansing sound. We'll take a deep inhale through the nose, and as we exhale, chant hum. So we're going to add in a mudra to work with this, and this is called Kali Mudra. So we interlace the hands, and this time sometimes we alternate the grips, but we want the right thumb on top, which means your left pinky would be away from you, and then we release those index fingers, pressing them together, and just bring the mudra in tight towards the chest, pointing those fingers up towards that throat center. So let's begin this mantra, this chant together. Eyes shut down, focus on the third eye point. Inhale. Ha. And take a deep inhale. And exhale through the nose. Release the mudra, bringing your hands into prayer. Keeping the eyes shut down as we close our class, close this practice out. Reciting Long Time Sun, this beautiful song that sometimes we sing, sometimes we recite at the end of class. And we'll close with one long Satnam chant. May the long-time sun shine upon you, all love surround you, and the pure light within you guide your way on. Inhale. Sa. Na. Bringing those thumbs to the third eye point, gently bowing forward. From this moment onwards, may you recognize where you are not speaking truth. May you release all obstacles and align to your truest nature, that which is love. And Sat Nam. Thank you so much for practicing with me today. If this video and practice resonated for you, I'd love for you to like and subscribe, maybe share it with a friend who could also use some of these practices. And if you're ready to go deeper, you can explore my membership app. Always starts with a 14-day free trial where we do live classes twice a week, 2 full and new moon practices every month. We have a supportive community, engage in book club discussions, and a variety of other different types of challenges that we participate in. Would love to see you, would love to have you there. And remember that your relationship that you have with yourself is truly the relationship that matters most. So keep tending to that inner fire, that Agni, and I hope to see you again soon. Thanks so much. Bye.